Morning Show.
Good morning and welcome to today's edition of the Sugar City Morning Show. It's exactly 4 minutes after 7 o'clock and today is Tuesday, the 3rd of September. Buenos días todos y bienvenidos a esta edición del Sugar City Morning Show para hoy, martes 3 de septiembre. ¿Qué tal? ¿Cómo se encuentran? Ojalá y bien. Aquí estamos transmitiendo en vivo desde Nortevisión, Canal 10 en la calle San Lorenzo. Y es un gran gusto poder llegar hasta sus hogares. Muchas gracias por la preferencia. Estamos transmitiendo por cable. Estamos unidos a la red de canales a la red de proveedores de señal de cable, lo cual permite que nuestra señal se vea por todo el país de Belice, desde Corozal hasta Punta Gorda. Tomo tiempo aparte para darle los buenos días a toda nuestra audiencia, especialmente aquí en Orange Walk, Corozal, Belice, Belmopan, San Ignacio, Santa Elena, Benque, San José, Socorro, Dangriga y Toledo. ¿Qué tal? Buenos días. Good morning. Y también a nuestra audiencia, nuestra fiel audiencia que nos ve a través de Canal 10, que es un servicio gratuito, es un servicio de al aire. Es más, no necesitas cable, no necesitas pagar nada, simplemente necesitas dirigir tu antena o tu televisor a la señal de Canal 10 y lo vas a poder captar. También estamos en vivo, en el internet por Facebook. Simplemente te toca entrar a la página Facebook Sugar City Morning Show y verlo. Buenos días, ¿qué tal? Como siempre le damos comienzo a nuestro programa con una oración. Así lo hemos hecho los últimos 4 años y 8 meses o algo así. Y hoy no es ninguna excepción. Al contrario, hoy es un día más para todos nosotros. Y te pido que te unas conmigo a reconocer y agradecer a este poder superior. Padre, te damos las gracias por todas tus bendiciones, por la vida, por la salud, las fuerzas, por el bienestar, por todo, Padre. Muchas gracias. Te pido que nos continúes bendiciendo y amándonos incondicionalmente. Y a aquellas personas, Padre, que están pasando por tiempos difíciles, a los enfermos, a los niños desamparados, a los viejitos abandonados, a toda esta gente, Padre, que tienen una necesidad u otra, ayúdalos, confórtalos, acompáñalos, sánalos, cúralos. También te pido por todos nosotros que muchas veces pensamos que no necesitamos de tu ayuda, Padre, y pensamos que somos dioses en todos nuestros derechos. Entonces, Padre, te pido que hagamos un reconocimiento de que tú eres el Dios y que nosotros simplemente somos peones en este mundo y que estamos aquí para alabarte a ti y para seguir tus mandamientos. Padre, hoy te entrego ese día, este martes, y te digo, bendito seas. Te alabamos tu nombre, te bendecimos y te adoramos siempre. Amén. Good morning. If you've just joined us, it's exactly 8 minutes after 7, and we have at this point, I'd like to offer condolences to the family of Mr. Ephraim Martin and the death of Miss Alicia Martin. Yesterday, when my sister broke the story to me, I was immediately saddened. Because I remember, and those things I never forget. I remember when my mother was in her deathbed about 11 years ago. If there was anybody who was there, it was Miss Alice and her sister, among other people, of course. And I appreciate that. And I appreciate that they spent some time with my mother during the days, praying for her and praying with her. And I'd like to extend my sincere condolences to the entire Martin family. Don Efraín, a todos, a Daniel, a Martin, a todos. I'd like to tell you, well, there's nothing that I can say that is going to lessen the pain. But just like me, I had to change the way I saw things. And I would normally just say, ya se fue con Dios. She's in a better place. And up to a certain point, I just used to say that. And perhaps I didn't, but when I started thinking about it, I said, I can't just say that for my mother. I have to believe it. I have to believe it. So I believe that she's in a better place right now. And why should I mourn and weep? She is in the presence of her Maker. So, and believe me, Miss Alice is. So, our prayers and condolences to the entire family. Con el permiso de la familia, with the permission of the family, I'd like to go back to regular programming and say this is the forecast for today, Tuesday, the 3rd of September. And the general situation is fair and warm weather prevails. The 24-hour forecast: sunny with cloudy spells today and partly cloudy skies tonight. Showers or thunderstorms will be isolated, especially over inland areas this afternoon. Winds variable at 5 to 10 knots. The sea state slight. Temperatures along the coast 90 degrees as a high, 80 as a low. And get a hold of this. Inland, we're going all the way up to 97 degrees Fahrenheit as a high, 75 as a low. In the hills, a very comfortable 84 degrees Fahrenheit and 68 degrees as a low. There are no advisories in place, but just let me quickly go into the National Hurricane Center page, where it shows 4 systems. One of them is still in the Gulf of Mexico and poised to strike the Mexican frontier, which is in someplace in Tamaulipas or Nuevo León. And then Dorian, the famous Dorian that has whipped, lashed, anything that you can think of, the Bahamas with winds of up to 185 and gusts in excess of 220 miles per hour. I mean, that is something. Our prayers go out to all those people who are on their roofs, who have lost their homes, who are out in the sea. Believe me, it is a terrible situation in those islands. And then we have a system out in the Atlantic, and that's pretty much going nowhere. And then we have another system coming out of Africa in the around the Cape Verde Islands, but that is poised to go mostly northwestward, which is going to take it a little bit above, not a little, but plenty above the scope of the Caribbean Sea. So at this moment, I'm very glad to tell you that there's nothing that presents any threat to the country of Belize. Back to the weather forecast. As I was saying, inland 97 as a high, 75 as a low. In the hills, 84 as a high and 68 as a low. The outlook for tomorrow, Wednesday, is for only isolated showers. Slightly more showers and isolated thunderstorms will be affecting the south Wednesday night. A low tide this morning at 6:58, a high tide at 1:07, a second low tide at 6:59, and a second high tide tomorrow morning at 1:07. The sun rose this morning at 5:39. The sun sets at 6:04. The moon is rising at 9:51 and is setting at 9:46. Thank you, Francisca Wellington. Buenos días, compañeros. Aquí les va el reporte del estado del tiempo para hoy. Y hoy es martes 13 de septiembre. A propósito, si estás cumpliendo años, te deseo todo lo mejor. Quiero saludar a mi buena amiga Sally, que vive en Corozal, ya sabe quién es. Ayer fue tus cumpleaños y fue un gusto verte hace un par de semanas. Pero espero que lo hayas pasado de maravilla y todos nuestros mejores deseos de parte de toda la familia Martínez. Ok, aquí el reporte del estado del tiempo, pero vamos a ver primero quién cumple años hoy. Vamos a ver, vamos a betichear un ratito. Permítame. Ok, aquí aparece El primo Eloy Escalante, hoy cumpleaños, y también 5 otras personas que son, eh, cuando se esmera. Bueno, vamos a este primero, reporte del tiempo. Condiciones calurosas controlan el clima sobre el país de Belice. Hoy soleado con periodos de nubosidad durante el curso del día de hoy, parcialmente nublado por la noche. Chubascos o tronadas serán aisladas, especialmente sobre la porción interior del país hoy por la tarde. Los vientos variables de 5 a 10 nudos, el estado del mar casi inmóvil. Temperaturas por la costa 90 como una máxima, 80 como una mínima. En el interior 97 como una máxima y 75 como una mínima. Y por las colinas 84 como una máxima y 68 como una mínima. No hay advertencias, pero igual como dije en inglés, tornando a la página del National Hurricane Center en Miami, ves que hay 4 o 5 quizás tormentas, pero afortunadamente ninguno nos presenta una amenaza inmediata, ninguno, porque todos están yéndose hacia los Estados Unidos, al norte o al mar abierto. Así que ninguno tenemos enfrente que nos presente una amenaza. Quiero saludar al otro primo, René Escalante, que hoy cumple años, Alicia Castro, César Quijano, Diana May bueno, como dije, a Eloycito. Que la pases muy bien, primo, que la pases de maravilla. Yo sé que hoy siendo tus cumpleaños, Rose te va a hacer algo muy especial que te gusta y ojalá y pudiera estar ahí con ustedes. Pero vamos a ver si quizás este fin de semana logro tomar tiempo e ir a visitarles. Vamos a ver. Rápidamente regresando al reporte, ¿qué es lo que se espera mañana miércoles? Chubascos aislados. Pero el sur estará viendo un poco más de lo que el resto del país ve, con tronadas y chubascos aislados mañana por la noche. Una marea baja a las 6:58 ocurrió, una alta ocurre a la 1:07, otra baja a las 6:59 por la noche y otra alta a la 1:07 mañana por la madrugada. El sol salió hoy a las 5:39 y el sol se oculta a las 6:04. Y la luna primero sale a las 9:51 y se oculta por la noche a las 9:46. Quiero mencionar tantito algo aquí y alejándome tantito del reporte. 97 grados es bastante. Para tener como una máxima 97 grados es para decir a los viejitos, si es que no tienen que hacer trabajo arduo, no lo hagan. Puede ser bastante, ¿qué es la palabra? Pero te pudiera causar problemas esa gran cantidad de calor ambiental. Pero eso no es todo, porque estamos en el mes de septiembre, donde hay mucha humedad. Se va a sentir no 97 grados, se va a sentir como 105, 108. Y vas a sudar y vas a sentirte bastante incómoda. Así que, por favor, a propósito, los perros también toman agua. Si es que los tienes amarrados, trincados, suéltalos un momento, que vayan a hacer su quehacer, pero que también tomen agua. No te olvides de eso. Ellos también tienen necesidades. Pero también queremos reconocer a nuestros patrocinadores, que son German Vega & Sons, Vega Imports, Vega Distributors, Government of Belize Information Service, Belize Tourist Board, Digi, A&R Stores, y Maquita's House of Culture. Vamos a una pausa, las 7:19, y estaremos de vuelta con ustedes con mucho más. No se vayan.
World-class spaces for Belizean athletes to thrive and fans to enjoy. Our new basketball and multipurpose arenas have proven their worth, attracting regional and international sporting events and hosting expos, conferences, and proud graduates. Your government moving Belize forward.
On Wednesday, May 8th, Belizeans soundly decided to take the unfounded Guatemalan claim to the International Court of Justice, the ICJ. According to the special agreement, this is what happens next. 1. By June 8th, 2019, the government of Belize will submit the 2008 special agreement to the ICJ. Guatemala has already done so since their referendum was held in 2018. This will give the ICJ official authority to hear the dispute and to deliver a final binding result. The ICJ will then prepare a notice of when the trial will commence. 2. Next, Guatemala will have up to 1 year, that's 12 months, to submit their case to the ICJ. 3. Belize will then have up to 1 year, that's 12 months, to respond to Guatemala's submission. 4. From there, Guatemala will be given up to 6 months to reply to our arguments, and 5. Belize will then have up to 6 months thereafter to reply to Guatemala's response. 6. After the period of written arguments ends, the ICJ may allow additional pleadings, including oral arguments, and would set deadlines for those. 7. Once the timeline for arguments has ended, the ICJ will deliberate and make a ruling in accordance with the instructions and authorities granted to them by Belize and Guatemala, as per the 2008 special agreement. 8. After the ICJ's ruling is delivered, Belize and Guatemala will have 3 months to establish a joint commission to physically demarcate the boundaries between the two countries in accordance with the ICJ's ruling. The entire process will take no less than 4 years and can be as many as 6 years. This ICJ process will bring a final end to this long-standing Belize-Guatemala dispute. Belize and Guatemala will be able to put old divisions and antagonisms behind us and ensure that peace, development, and cooperation prevail.
Take a journey with us to endless possibilities. Our future as a country is now. Diginet Boost is countrywide. Taking Belize into the future. A nationwide technological evolution. As the most advanced fiber connection, Diginet Boost is a step forward into a modern world. Belize is powered by Diginet. Diginet Boost, now available countrywide.
Six cylinders to pure potential and better performance.
It looks like it vibrates. You think it could be the horsepower?
With a quart of oil and the calibration of the injectors, it will start to get the watchers again on the street.
We take a motor to its optimal level. We speak machine, rush runs, making the world function. Authorized agent, German Vega & Sons. Telephone number 322-3625. Email germanvega@btl.net.
Welcome back to the Sugar City Morning Show. Bienvenidos de vuelta al Sugar City Morning Show. Por favor, únanse. Please join me in saying good morning and welcome to our very good friend, Mr. Robert Chicky Usher. Good morning, Chicks.
Morning, Mr. Martinez.
How are you doing this morning?
Why, thank
It's a
God.
beautiful morning.
It is a lovely,
Clear
beautiful
blue
morning.
skies.
It is a lovely, beautiful day. You know, school started yesterday, and all we get a little bit more busy. We have some teachers with their parents as well, like Delve. You know, she get busy, so she have to go to school. So what we will do, we'll connect with her right away,
Yes,
and
do
then
that.
we will continue our
Yes, do
discussion.
that.
And I believe we have Delve. Hello, good morning, Delve.
Hi, good morning, Mr. Chucky.
Good morning,
Mr.
Delvi.
Emmanuel.
How are you doing?
Good, so far so good.
How's the
Thank
weather in
God.
San
How
Pedro
about
and
you?
Borgrisky?
She said, how about you?
Oh, I'm doing quite fine, actually, thanks.
Did you get your tart last week?
If I got my tart, of course I got my tart. Thank you very much. Not enough, but I got it.
Delve, me and he supposed to be go someplace in the afternoon, you know, so I try to call him, no reply. I call him again about 3 o'clock, no reply. When he come back next day, I tell him, oh my God, boy, he said, boy, eat all and eat and I sleep all day.
I believe you,
You
no?
believe it? Yeah, well, thank you, but the tart was nice, man. It was nice. The tart and the tart of giving us the tart was nice,
Yes.
you know. Well, Delve, you know,
Went some spitting.
yeah, we know it's back to school, so we'll not keep you back too much this morning. So let's get into the inspiration right away.
All right. This one I have is a Creole one,
Okay,
and this one is entitled Come How You Day.
good.
Come How You Day. They look for me from head to toe, wonder what color dress I wear. As I step in at the church house, everybody start to stare. But I get right in there and I sit right down and I open my mouth. Then me think I get crazy or they probably licking your stuff. I start to pray and pray out loud because I never know that the good Lord they wait for me a long time, even before I step in at the door. So in a tear up dress, I sit down right there as the pastor him preach. First time I hear big words, I open my Bible because all my life I live on the streets. Now the devil start to prick me and tug me and tell me I no belong here. Get thee behind me, Satan, that time for you come to my father. People know I always agree with me, even the ones that where I have home. But the good Lord gives salvation only through him alone. From I start with the Our Father and then I'll land the Psalm 91, whether tear up or broken, each and every soul is important. Only God gives salvation.
Good. You write a poem in a Creole?
Yes, it is written in Creole, yes.
And you read it back in Creole too?
Yes.
That's very smart.
It's in Creole, yes.
Yeah, because you know, me and Mr. Martinez talk Creole a lot. Well, not him much because he like, you know, he roll it tongue. But you know, the other day somebody sent more yes man. Somebody sent more ad in a Creole and I had to rewrite it. So make I could do it. Yeah.
Okay.
But that's good of you. You know, one of the ideas that I want here, like some poem just like that, put in the form of a song, and you know you could sing it at church, maybe with a lead guitar or something, musical background. But it sound good.
Thank you. Well, we could do a collab, you know.
Yes,
know
man.
the good lad I heard this thing, so.
Yeah.
I want to tell you a little story. I'm Delvi. It's a very short story. It's not even a story.
Okay.
Sunday mornings, when I was living here in Orange Walk, my mother used to wake me up at 5:30 in the morning, and he said, "Vamos, Manuel, let's go to church." And initially I complained and I said, "Ma, but it's too early for me to get up. I go to second mass." He said, "You're going with me." I didn't like going to church with her because she used to like sitting all the way in front seat. And I used to wonder why. Because you could be sitting in the middle and get a glimpse of everybody that's in the church. Or to the back and get a glimpse of everybody then. He says, and I told her once, "Why do you sit in the front?" He says, "Because I don't want to be distracted." I don't want to be distracted. I go very simply because I want to pray to the good Lord, and I don't need any distractions. None at all. So I am versus one of my favorite relatives who enjoyed going in the middle and doing her thing, but my mother, no, she would go all the way in front, and it was a personal thing between the priest and her. And she taught me, hey, you're going to church, go way the front. Don't be distracted by everything that happens in the middle.
Yeah.
Don't, because you'll be sinning more than actual praying to the good Lord.
That's so real, Mr. Martinez, because
Absolutely.
I was talking to a student the other day and he said, you know what, when I go to class, I sit down way the front, you know. So now why? You want the teacher say, no, I know I get distracted. Once I sit down in the front, I know got no distraction. Only me and the instructor, they communicate.
That's exactly right.
Yeah. Well, thank you very much, Delvin. Have yourself a good day at school, all right?
All the best.
Thank you. All the best to you.
Yeah. Mr. Martinez, there is something in the air that is bouncing in the air about this September celebration for the 21st of September, no? Before we go...
You mean the holidays?
Yeah, but before we go up on the holiday, they have a young lady that spoke to me yesterday. And she was telling me that she's working at a certain establishment here in Orange Walk. And this person telling me, you know, I have this paper. You have to sign that you are work the 21st and the 23rd. The 21st of September and the 23rd. And the ones who not sign the paper, then they don't report back to work.
What kind of establishment is it?
You know, someone is seeing big shop where they're wrong. Not the Belizean one. The person tell me, please, we cannot call the name after the shop because I get in trouble. You know, I tell you, I never sign it. I tell her, so what do you expect? The man said the ones that when not sign it, make them look out for something coming this weekend.
Well, I don't think that you need me to tell you, but that is completely out of order.
It is out of order. It is out of order. Because you see what happened is the 21st falls on a Saturday.
And it will be a holiday.
Yeah. And then we understand from some other persons that Monday will be a public and bank holiday as well. So this man want to make them sign for work Saturday and for work Monday. Because his business has to operate.
Well, I don't know what kind of business he has.
A big shop.
A big shop.
Yeah.
And, well, I'll be honest with you. If I need the money, and I really need the money, and I really don't have any plans of going out, even though it looks like a threat, and even though you may constitute it as a threat, at the end of the day, it's what you want to do. If you go, you make sure you get your time and a half. And if you don't go, because really at the end of the day, you don't need the money, because at the end of the day, what I believe is if you need the money or not. It's not a matter of working on a holiday. A lot of people work on holidays, a lot, because they need the extra money. Very simple. But a lot of them are not forced into the situation, very simply because, well, the owner of the business says, well, I recognize that this is a holiday, but I'm willing to give you a time and a half or double pay, whatever it is that it should be paid if you come to work. That's a different agreement. So if you need the money, not pay mind to that threat. If you go to work, and if you don't feel like going to work and say, tell you what, I don't need the money really, and I don't like the intimidation either, then don't go, but then choose the morning, you consult with Labor Department, and tell them this and this and this happened, and show them a copy of the letter.
Yeah, well, the person tell me he never signed the letter, and other persons with the work like the place telling that, hey, are we here that if we not sign the letter, then we can't come back on work Tuesday?
That is absolutely wrong.
You're wrong, man. You the pressure
That's
people.
absolutely wrong.
Yeah, you the pressure people like that, and what holiday?
Nobody has to work a holiday.
Unless you're the essential service.
Exactly.
When it comes to nurses and doctors and policemen and, you know?
Like I said, at the end of the day, it's what you want to do. If you feel that, hey, you're picking the need to buy uniforms and extra clothing for the whole semester, or if you need to buy books and whatever, then or you're making you need money for something, then you go work, make yourself some extra money. But if you don't need to work and don't want to work, you are not supposed to be threatened by these unscrupulous business owners. So, and believe me, there's always recourse. There's always the Labor Department who is going to be on your side.
Yeah.
Always.
Let's hope that the Labor Department will be on their side. I don't know how so many things they go, right?
I'm hoping that they do.
Yeah.
I don't see how they will. They won't be on their side.
Yeah. Some people are also calling me yesterday on the radio and saying that they are hearing that the Saturday will not be observed as a holiday, which is the 21st, because in observation of the 21st of September, since that's on a Saturday, the holiday will be given on Monday.
We had ample discussion about this yesterday, my sister and I, and we both are of the opinion that the public service is the one that is promoting the idea, the concept of work, of getting a holiday on Monday.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you. The Chamber of Commerce should make representation to government and say, tell you what, we have enough holiday already. Count the number of holidays we have versus what other countries have. I think we have more than everybody else. And to top it off, we're going to add one more. At the end of the day, each day that we don't work is a loss for business owners because the business have to pay that money. So regardless if you worked or you not work,
they have to
pay you.
And they're not making anything on that day because they're closed.
So it's a loss for the business owners. And some of them are already complaining and saying, tell you what, things hard right now. Make I have to dish out so much only for paying of the public service people working for government say, tell you what, this is a Saturday. It's a holiday, but I still need my extra holiday.
Yeah.
So I didn't see the need to have the 23rd celebrated as a holiday. I personally don't see it. The 21st calls on a Saturday, good. The 22nd is a Sunday, good. It's time for rest.
You get back to work
Monday, back to work. It's the only country in the world, I think, that has so much bloody holidays.
Yeah. Because, like you said, the only person who that suit that the public service person there.
They are the ones who are promoting.
So since the 21st of September is our Independence Day, give the holiday on Saturday.
That's it.
You know, and Monday we get back to work.
That's the way it is.
Because we can't change it. We can't change the 21st of September.
No, we can't.
You know, and that is there. So make us see what that play out and see if any official announcement will come out. And then
I visited a web page that does not have the 21st of September as a holiday. But I also visited another page that has it. It says public and bank holidays, September 23rd, in lieu of September 21st. But then the same, what you call it, does not have September 21st as a holiday. So I went into another web page until I found both of them. I think this was the latest official publication from government saying 21st and the 23rd. Personally, I'm not in agreement with it, but then that's only me. The 23rd, go back to work.
Yeah, man, just give the holiday, the Saturday, and make we get back to business. Make we get back to business and continue to serve the country. Get back to work on the 23rd. You enjoy and celebrate Belize's independence, which is something good to celebrate. Monday we get back to work.
Get back to work, yes.
Yeah. Well, make we see how far that going. Sorry, Mr. Martinez, you know we had one rain Friday evening and a big rain on Saturday.
Did you guys have a big rain on Saturday? A big one?
Big.
In Transfarm?
Yes, big.
Okay, good.
I was in town. You know, because I was supposed to play for
You
a
were
function.
in Orange Walk?
Yeah,
Okay,
but
this-
in Orange Walk.
Okay.
But what happened, the function had to be cancelled out, not postponed, cancelled out because of the weather situation. But then I went to Biscayne on Sunday to play for a family reunion. When I came back about 9:30 in the night. And when I get in a town, I started to smell something, smell funny. We were passing by the area, by the hospital. I tell Chepe maybe at the morgue. But then I got down by my house and I started to smell it. So I said, I go, well, you closer. Boy, they sent me the cup on the river.
It smells like bagash.
Strong, 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 strong. And the scent is still there, Mr. Martinez. Like the night, like where we live there, you know we don't live far from the river. That scent come very, very
But
strong.
it's all around town. You smell it all the way downtown, uptown, it's just about every place. I live in Atrobenque, and I swear, it's middle of the night. You wake up to it and it burn your nose.
Yeah, I wonder if that can affect all these kids that are there at like Macolada School that is so close to the river.
I don't know, and I'll be honest with you. I think that I have pretty much. I haven't closed the chapter yet, but up to a certain point, I have become disappointed, severely disappointed, severely disgusted, and severely discouraged by the lack of actions from the Department of the Environment and from the Minister and from the government in that respect. Because if the department is not doing its job, well, damn it, we have an area representative and we have people who are supposed to be tarugando. And it seems to me that nothing is happening. And it seems to me that it's almost as if it's a conspiracy. It's almost as if it is something that they know is causing us a lot of damage, but they're just hoping, they're there with their mouths open, blowing,
Hope that the rain will come strong.
hoping that the rain is going to come or that the situation is just going to blow away. But at the end of the day, is it people from Orange Walk who suffer? That stench? Not only the stench, but have you wondered why so many people in Orange Walk have cancer at an early age? Why so many of us are going through kidney problems? Why so many are at young age? Why so much of are having respiratory problems? Why is it that this is happening? And I think that it has come to a point where it should be a goal. I mean, we should already be hearing the Department of Environment coming in and explaining the situation to us, and we feeling good about it. But that facade that they put up at the gala lounge the other day, literally that is what it was. It just irked me even more, and I feel completely disgusted. I'll be honest with you. If it smells bad or if it doesn't smell bad, it comes a point where I just don't bloody care anymore.
Yeah, there's nothing that you can do about
There's
it.
nothing that, and it seems to me that that's the status quo.
Yeah, it looked like that. It looked like that forum when they got. It looked like that's it for them, and
words coming out, blah 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 blah, coming out, and I go like, where is decency? It's the Department of the Environment is supposed to be the one who is reporting to us. The minister is supposed to be pulling them from their ears if they don't want to do it, and say, explain to the people of Orange Walk what's going on. It's a shame when, you see, don't start me up.
no, but the real thing.
It's a damn shame when we heard that BSI is going through voluntary compliance. In other words, they don't have to comply with the restriction, with the impositions. It's voluntary. What is this? you can do whatever you want, and then you can be easily pardoned. Is that an arrangement from when ASI was buying out BSI? Is there still supposed to be some secrecy attached to that? Did we actually give them carte blanche to do whatever they want with the environment, just so that they can purchase into BSI? And I'm wondering if that is the situation. Because, I'll be honest with you, how else can I begin to explain the attitude that comes from the Department of Environment and from government per se in that respect? The Ministry of the Environment. I just don't. I can't begin to understand what's going on there. And you have Dr. Percival Cho and Mr. Martin Allegri and Mr. I wonder, where does the buck stop? Sorry, I have to say it that way. Where does it stop? Because nobody will tell me that smell that coming out of, and I grew up on Main Street, 1 block away from the river, almost 60 years ago. And nobody gonna tell me that stuff is not smelling of bagash.
One time,
how you feel.
yeah, one time the river used to only look green, but right now it look like chocolate milk. Like when you used to go down south and it rained.
Brown. I don't know if they're washing the place, but then again, with on another side of the story, I go like, good Lord, and what are they doing? Pouring out millions of gallons of water into the river, just cleaning out a building. It seems impossible, almost improbable, and even if that were the case, you get brown one leave while and go away.
Well, they're not got no river to wash it.
This one not going nowhere. I think Mr. Landy de la Fuente put out what you call it, saying that from last week, Saturday, the river turned brown. And this is the first time that which is about 10, 12 days ago, or more. And it hasn't changed color yet, It's brown. Some people are alluding to the fact that you say algae is dying and that blah, 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 blah. But yes, I have seen it brown. But that's only when we have torrents of rain coming down where all the mud from surrounding areas hit the river. And then within a couple of days, whoops, it settles and it's done. But this brown done the for almost 2 weeks. And you still have that white milky stuff at the film at the top, and it looks horrible, and smells horrible, and yet still no explanation. I mean, they tried to fool us with all those numbers that the Department of Environment was putting out. And the question is, where did you get your numbers, sir? From Belize Sugar Industries. That's when I walked out. You're not shame? Department of Environment, you're not shame? Sorry for being so straight up, but not to shame.
So they never done no testing on their own?
They don't do nothing.
Well, I take a break, make a take a drink of water.
Yes, I need that.
Yeah, folks, we take a break and we'll be right back.
Someone come? Yes, someone coming. Let's go. Sa. Fastest question of the day. Why you the letter here?
Who sent me the letter?
That sign right there. You can't read?
Well, make I tell you something. In this here community, everybody dump here, so me just dump my garbage right here.
So if somebody jump off a bridge, you that do it too?
No, man. No.
You never know that littering is an environmental crime and Department of the Environment can charge you for that?
Why is that a crime?
Because you pollute the same environment you live in, dirtying the same land and water you use. You don't even know that you dumping garbage can make you and your family sick by attracting disease-carrying pests, and the Department of the Environment just to try help we take care of the environment.
So all of that? Well, know that you put it that way.
Thanks for your 5 cents, brother. Trinity.
This message is brought to you by the Department of the Environment.
Everyone needs a getaway. Why not make it in your own backyard? Learn the history of your old capital. Or venture out on a road trip to experience the village life and be captivated by nature's wildlife, culture, and food. Belize, where you can discover how to be a Belizean traveler.
Everybody wants a clean and healthy family. That's why they purchase the best food products and the cleansing materials. This time, we give you a bigger size of La Costeña products like the mouth-watering fried beans and the pasta sauce. And surely for your clean laundry, we have the breathtaking aroma of Ensueño Max Suavitel. Even your visitors will ask what you clean your floors and restrooms with. And you can boast it is the variety of Pinol products and Sultan muriatic acid now in 900 milliliters. And much more for the best prices only at German Vega and Sons Imports. We serve you at number 5 San Antonio Road, Orange Walk Town. You can even call us at 322-3625 or 322-2672. Or you can even send us a fax at 322-2571 or email us at germanvega@btl.net. German Vega and Sons Limited, because we care for you.
Motor 5.0, 4 válvulas por cilindro. Todos quisiéramos una. Como que no agarra, ¿no? Siento como que se le pega el... ¿Balancín? Vamos a darte el aceite que te mereces. Vas a correr como rayo, preciosa.
Los que oímos más allá de las revoluciones, hablamos máquina. Roche France, poniendo el mundo a funcionar.
Agente autorizado German Vega y Sons. Teléfono 322-3625. Roche France.
Welcome back to the Sugar City Morning Show. Bienvenidos de vuelta al Sugar City Morning Show. Hoy es 3 de septiembre y son exactamente las 7:53 minutos. Bienvenidos de vuelta. You said we have.
Yeah, I have two texts here in Spanish.
Go ahead.
You can go ahead and read this one, Mr. Martin. It's in Spanish.
Have you read it through before?
Yeah, good. Yeah, you could go through.
Muy buenos días, amigos. Parece que el Action Team en San Esteban que bueno, lo que no me gusta es que pusieron cable de luz en la entrada donde no hay casas, pero me parece a mí que esto vino con orden de arriba, porque las familias, ahí solo hay un vocal y cuando los pobres necesitan luz tienen que esperar hasta 2 meses. Ese es el punto de vista de una persona.
We have one more, Mr. Martinez, but it's something of in another sim. This one is coming from San Luis. Yeah, this one is from San Luis. Yeah, so the person who sent that text from San Luis will read your text at this time. Good morning to all the folks here in San Luis as well. They're always in tune to not
Buenos días, tenemos un problema aquí en San Luis desde el mes de marzo, que solo hay 2 maestros para 8 clases y el principal no hace nada y es una escuela RC. Chica, 2 teachers para 8 clases? ¿Cómo eso es posible?
I don't know, how is that possible?
Yo creo que generalmente el que se encarga de esto es el señor Luna, aquí en el pueblo de Orange Walk, Charlie. He is the regional manager for Catholic schools in the Orange Walk district. So I'm asking you, Charlie, to please look into that. But San Luis, is that Corozal?
San Luis is right there, man.
Orange Walk?
We got one of the big schools.
Okay. All right. Okay. San Luis, Orange Walk. Así que hay que dar atención a esto. Es una... No está bien enteramente eso.
Yeah.
No sé qué sucedió ahí. O si es que es verificar la información. No lo sé.
Yeah, and also, like, since we're on school, Mr. Martinez, we understand that at a Adventist school in Ladyville yesterday that approximately or more than 200 students were turned back yesterday. We understand for them turning back is because their school fees wasn't paid on time. So when they went to school, the principal instructed, I don't know if that person, the warden or the teachers, not to accept them in school because their school fees are not up to date. And then afterwards we understand that Ladyville.
Is it a government school or
Adventist school?
Adventist school.
Yeah, we understand that school fees were not up to date. But I hear a lady talk and she said, maybe some of our school fees not up to date, but when the school need help, we help. But that doesn't mean enough to pay your school fees. But I don't know if our principal have the authority to do that without consulting with the Ministry of Education, no? But some of these schools are private school as well, but then ministry still pay part at some of the schools when it comes to the teachers, no?
If they haven't paid, this is the beginning of a new term. So it has to be last school year.
Yeah.
Fees that were not paid.
But remember,
if you owe money from last school year, I would think hard about telling you can't come to that school, but give you a break. Tell you what, within the next 3 weeks, you have to pay your old school fees.
Yeah, but remember I told you right here in Trial Farm when we went for a meeting, the principal was saying that they have some children that start from infant 1, and some of them are going to standard 6 right now, and their parents are not here. They never come for a meeting and they don't pay 1 cent since they start school. Nothing up to standard 6. They don't come for no meeting, they don't come for no report card they right there, so all the school work and everything come. She said she don't know how them people know if they pick the pass or if they go in our next class. But they just stuck on a school and they don't pay. Right for infant 1 up to standard 6. But as a principal, then she said, well, I can't send home the pick and make them not get an education. I'm trying to be lenient.
I'm trying to remember the name of let me just do.
So
I think the name is a truancy officer.
Oh, okay. So
it's a truancy officer. And the truancy officer is a person employed by a public school system to investigate the continued absence of pupils, called also attendance officer, truancy officer. I remember that in my time, if you bang hooky, 2 days, you don't have one truancy officer.
Yes, true, yeah.
We're going on with that. Huh? What happened to those people who serve as liaisons between the school and the families? I go like, sir, you picked in to go to school, you know. Boy, like this morning, 8:15, in a garden school, you know, way they, must say them is that is when they bring down mango.
Must have Mr. Tony.
Well, I thought about that, but I couldn't say Tony. Because we used to do that.
Yeah, true. Yep.
We used to do thief mango and Tony. All right. But we used to be afraid of that. Bank okay? I don't think I think about that once, maybe. But what happened to that? Doesn't the system provide for that? We don't have the truancy officers anymore? Or even the police? Don't the teachers have some sort of interest to refer these cases to human services? And say, tell you what, this and this and this is happening? But no, they themselves are fall into the system, and yes, they complain about how no man consider, and no auntie, no granny, nobody consider. So me no when they neither. Then what? You're not doing anything.
Then have a little boy will always go to school right there at Trial Farm School, not attending school, but you go there the afternoon time and the evening time, go pick up a little brother and a little sister. So one day I was talking to a lady. We look like he noticed the boy. I tell him, how the little boy don't go to school? He said that in my pastor, he don't want to go to school. So then put that for work or for do mechanic.
But that's against the law.
Yeah, but
you can't put one on the 14 on the 15 child to do big people labor. You can't do that.
And when the little boy go to school, you could say that they work at mechanic shop because you could say he dirty up the grease, and so it look like he comfortable in what he's doing, but then he not really know what will be the effect on him later on, because things are changing now, Mr. Martinez. You know, like one time if you know somebody, you could go talk to Miss Anna and say, Miss Anna, you know what, I don't want to see if you could give me data or my son will leave job, you know. And then Miss Anna say, yes, man, I know you. But then, like right now, what happened now, they have standards now. Okay, where you pick the person you recommend qualifying? What the education background? If you not got that, then you can join that institution. It says school fees has become more than tuition now. GOB better put foot on this.
School fees?
Yeah. So that's something very serious for sending them picnic home, and something more serious for if your picnic say, you no quiero ir a la escuela, yo quiero trabajar. But then somebody under the age of 16 don't have the right to decide that on their own. 16 or 18. You don't have a right to decide that on your own. And then people hold the school fees for infant one, the principal from Trial Farm, they cooperate because you don't send them back home. You try work with them, you send for them, but they don't reach. Then they go pick up report card, and so they know where their picnic stands.
My God. I don't know what to say in that regard, believe me, because me and my big mouth.
That man.
But I'll be honest with you. I'll be very honest with you. I grew up in a very strict environment. Whatever wrong things I've done on my own. You understand that?
Yeah. But you were taught
very clear.
You were taught to be on the right track, right?
I was taught to do on the right track.
Yeah.
On the right track.
Yep.
Now imagine somebody. If you knew my mother, my father wasn't very strict. As a matter of fact, I can tell you that he was a very lenient individual, very soft-spoken, and he never take out the belt unless you really ask for it.
But when you take it out, you don't take it out for nothing.
You don't take it out for
nothing. Work.
Yeah, whap you.
Yeah.
But generally, my mother is the one who would call and pull us and sit with us on the table and make sure we do our homework and make sure we eat and make sure we do this and make sure we do that and keep clean and clean the yard and clean the house and wash the tennis and all of those things are like upon instructions of my mother. So she was a big figure in the family. But and that's how I grew up. I can't imagine growing up any other way. In other words, to know that you could do whatever you want. You come out of your house 3 o'clock in the morning and your mother don't care, don't ask you where you're going. You come in 5 o'clock and they want to ask you why were you there or anything like that. I just can't fathom it. I just
And
can't
you
begin to even think that that's the way it was.
You wake up that morning and say, my whole is $200. You go pay your light bill or your leave bill where you got, and you're gone again.
And you're gone again and expect your mother to accept that way because my mother don't string you.
Yeah, where you get that money from?
Side.
Where you get that money
I don't know
from?
why your money stink.
It's dirty.
It's dirty. So go back and carry that before you get it.
Yeah, I'm not calling with that again.
Come and try buy me out. If you think you're the man, get your house out of my house.
Yeah.
But this whilst you live under my roof, you hear what I tell you? This is my roof.
Yep.
That's the way I grew up.
Yep.
All right.
Good morning, Mr. Martinez. Asking Mr. Luna to please visit San Luis RC School. I think you did that pledge already, no?
I think I'm going to... He works Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays at the office in Orange Walk. At the main office at the Presbytery. He does not work Fridays. So...
But I wonder how the people could have full classes if they only have 3 teachers. How they have full classes?
That's what has me pretty confounded.
Yeah.
I'm confused, I would say.
This next text is saying the schools nowadays charge all kind of foolish fees. Toilet paper fee, broom fee, paper fee, etc., etc. And on top of that, all kind of other things they have to donate. I think when you donate, I think they ask you to donate, you know. And if you can't, you can't. They can't send a picnic home if they don't carry the toiletries at school because they ask for it, right?
And sometimes I think that parents like to complain a lot. I know I'm going to be lashing sick at that, I'll tell you that. But, hey, your picnic, you get free education. Okay? If they're out of your hand, from 8 to 12, 1 to 5. Do you hear what I tell you?
Mm-hmm.
For so many years, they're teaching your kids and feeding and stimulating their growth and making sure that they learn and that they can make something of themselves in the future. If they ask you for a broom donation, good Lord, give it. What's the big deal? Or if they ask you for a donation, I know that sometimes it can become overwhelming. And I know that sometimes it's especially with private schools, okay, you have to put in so much for September, you have to put in your dress for your call it the pom-pom.
Yeah, the pom-pom.
And I'll go like, but you don't have to do in a pom-pom.
No. You volunteer.
So that's the school fault. They'll pick the fault, they will decide for Ghana.
Yeah, because you have to sign on a paper.
Exactly.
Yeah. Like this next text is saying here, Mr. Martinez said, they don't ask, they give you a list of all you have to give, and they remind you when you don't give it. And then it said compulsory donation in schools. So it look like someone in school there that you have to give donation. But I know the school that my kids attend, they ask.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they ask. They say, we're only asking you, you know, if you can help. But we always help, you know, but maybe they got different schools, they got different rules. But then you say, Mr. Martinez, well, a lot of parents not donate to the school. But then you could say when recess and so, you say they could buy one big Coke. They could buy a lot of chips. They could buy a lot of things.
Everything is relative. If you have it, give it away.
Yeah.
If you don't have it, you can't give it away.
Yeah, if you don't have it, you can't give.
It's very simple.
Yeah, but we just need for continue and see how the best. They say some people can hardly put food on the table. Now so much fees.
Like I said, if you have it, it's not a problem. If you don't have it, that's when it becomes a problem. But you must you must accept that, hey, if you want your kid to get a good education, rounded education, you have to put in your part as well. And yes, I know, because we've been mal acostumbrados by the system in previous years, where you send your picnic at school and that's it. Breakfast or no breakfast, right? Cross it and give porridge, then give anything name VSM. You remember drinking VSM, or I think the VSM. What name?
What I mean, the Ciego and
CLM or something
Nutrament
like that.
or something, no?
Or Nutrient. To taste horrible.
Yep.
Like porridge.
And give you the kasham too. You used to give you kasham.
No kasham. No, Maestro used to make that.
Yeah.
That's what I'd say.
This next text say here, I think it's bad to help out. We must understand what teachers go through. I think it must say maybe it's bad for us not to help out, because we must understand what teachers go through. But he say I think it's bad to help out. We must understand what teachers go through. And then I have our next one here, Mr. Martinez said that parents struggle so hard to get food on the table for the kids. And when you go to school, the first day at school, they send you a note because they need this, because your kids are in a group, and you can see how persons were shopping at ENR yesterday. Yeah, well, ENR is a place to go to shop for your school supplies, but then that's true,
No, but sometimes the system can be demanding. It's not so much that the school demands, it's just that.
Yeah, true.
No, I need to go buy my ruler, But you know, a little piece of stick was buy me cut from one name I give for ruler. Your pardon cut it out in a 1-inch piece. I know what, I want a ruler for here, and I cost $14. I'm just creating a scenario.
Got my friend got one.
My friend got one. So, pinche chamaco, vas y sacas los $14, no sabes cómo vas a comer el otro día, pero ya lo sacaste para comprar el bendito ruler al chamaco. ¿Ok? Si no tienes para comprar el de $14, compra uno de 25 centavos, funciona igualmente. Y si es que te pone a hacerte como agarrar el pinche ruler y le das a él para que se asquiete.
Yeah. Does government school have fees too? Yes, they have.
Yes, they do.
They do have fees. Sorry about that. I meant we must understand the teachers, and the teachers must understand some of us parents as well. So because you see in our class, Mr. Martinez, they got some teachers who really got the ambition for set up the class good and fix up the class, make it be a good environment. Some of the teachers then go in on them budget to fix it up, So when they ask the corporation, the parents and so, it's just to give a little help to make the classroom more child-friendly, education-friendly for your kids inside the classroom as well. But like you say, and what some people say on text, it's not all the parents that can afford it, all the parents that can't afford it, so we have to commend and thank the ones who can afford it and they donate as well. And it's back to school right now. Right now, like you mentioned, more thing about them pom-pom, we have the school rally coming up right here, the children's school rally coming up on the 13th, which is next week Friday, and that when all the schools they come out and they have so much, right for the preschools.
That's on the 3rd of September, my
Yeah, 10 more days. You have all the kids come out, and that's a big rally, Mr. Martinez, because it's all the schools, and money have to spend there.
Another one is that any queen and thing.
Yeah.
Man, I want to go pay where you name. This is the typical scenario. Quiero que sepas que yo no tengo dinero para gastar. Tu papá no tiene dinero para estar ahí metiéndole para que tú ganes. Papá, yo quiero salir, yo quiero, ¿cómo se llama? Ahí se va la pobre mamá a buscar dinero no sé a dónde para que le hagan el vestido a la chamaca para que corra para la Inmaculada Primary School.
And spend
I'm
all
talking
the
about in my time. There was Miss La Inmaculada, infant school, there was primary school. And believe me, we used to put the child of the richest family,
Yeah.
so that at the end of the day, then they had the secret vote 5 minutes.
Oh, yes.
5 minutes before 5 o'clock.
That's when the bulb come in.
After when you see a certain face, certain individual with some dark shades and blah blah blah, just come up with an envelope and throw it in.
Yeah, they know things bright there.
Next thing you know, Tarawanda had to win by $2,000. $2,000?
Yep.
Huh?
Yes,
just to give a kid. Do you understand what I'm telling you?
Yeah.
Some people view it as help for the school. Yes, it's true. But you also, the kid is also putting his family on in some very difficult situation.
Yeah, especially in a hard time right there, because people go all out.
Mi vecina, ella tiene 3 hijos en casa porque dice ella que no tiene dinero para comprar libros, pero ella tiene toda la ropa de moda y su esposo está trabajando. Pues, ¿sabes qué?
That's their choice.
Again, where are the truancy officers? Porque eso no pudiera suceder. No podía suceder en mi tiempo. No podía suceder. Porque te ponen un reporte a la policía o al truancy officer que cuando ves que la policía llega con tu mamá y tu papá, aquí vive Manuel. Sí, señora, su hijo no está yendo a la escuela, tal y tal y tal y tal.
¿Qué está pasando?
¿Qué está pasando? Había orden. You don't remember that, Checky?
Yes, man, yes. Because Albert used to always bang hooky and they always go pick him up. My ma carry Albert to school. My ma carry Albert way to the step. And as my ma turn it back, Albert jump on the step and run on to the school and they go on to the rancho.
You see what I mean?
You understand? Serious? But like this vecina, when they talk about they got 3 picnic and they go to school and then blade up and things good with them, but you need to look at the future of your child, because we're in the technological world right now, and without a good diploma, it's hard for you to pick them and get a good job out there. They have persons where they're working as offices right now, Mr. Martinez, that still has to go back to school, They have to take leave and go back to school, or they do online school, they do night school, because the job is calling for more. So when all the kids they come up and they have no education, what will happen to them?
True.
We're going to take a break.
Let's take a break. It's exactly 17 minutes after 8 o'clock. Vamos a esta pausa. Estaremos de vuelta con ustedes luego de estos anuncios.
You have an 8-cylinder powerful engine disguised as an aluminum alloy that spins at 8,000 revolutions per minute.
Goes like this. You think it's a turbo?
No, with the cleaning of injectors and a change of oil, you will run more efficient, my friend.
For those who understand the engine like it talks to you, we speak machine. Rush France, making the world function. Authorized agent, German Vega & Sons. Telephone number 322-3625. Email germanvega@btl.net.
Notice the residents of rural communities in Orange Walk and Corozal districts. If you value your health and your children's health, you will dispose of your garbage only at approved sites. The disposal of garbage at any other location is illegal, and if caught, you can be fined up to $5,000. If you don't get caught, you can still suffer health impacts caused by these illegal sites, because illegal dump sites harbor pests such as rodents, possums, and mosquitoes that carry diseases. These can transmit those diseases to you and your children. In addition, the garbage you throw away illegally can contaminate water bodies near your community, the same water bodies you might use for recreation or other purposes. Only with your help can the Department of Environment ensure that Belize's development is safe for present and future generations. You can also contact your local village councils or Belize Solid Waste Management Authority for more information. The Department of Environment thanks you for your help.
There's no need to go across the border to enjoy sun, sand, and crystal blue waters. Belize's northern islands and reef are just a boat ride away. Go slow and immerse yourself into the Caribbean Sea, or enjoy some fresh coconut water. Or pick up the pace on an island where locals can enjoy sandy beaches by day and feast on your fresh catch by night. Discover the Mesoamerican Barrier Reef and submerge yourself into another world where you can experience a traffic jam you will want to return.
you can also make new friends along the way. Belize, where you can discover how to be a Belizean traveler.
The Philip Goldson Highway between Belize City and the Philip Goldson International Airport is getting a major facelift to the tune of $31.5 million. Section B of the highway upgrading project between Hallover Bridge and the Buttonwood Bay Boulevard roundabout is underway at an investment of $21 million. Works consist of the full rehabilitation of the road to paved standard, which includes the widening of the road to 4 lanes, lined sidewalks and drains, wide shoulders, median, and parking, plus a bus lane at designated sections of the road. LED road lighting will be installed along with road safety features such as signs, reflectors, and road markings. The project will also facilitate in the improvement of underground infrastructure for the public utility companies. The Government of Belize, moving Belize forward.
The San Ignacio-Santa Elena Bypass project is now complete. The transformation began in 2012, and now residents of the Twin Towns and visitors alike are enjoying the end result. Works include the full pavement of Lamalus Boulevard, along with 2 miles of sidewalks and drainage, LED lighting, and a roundabout at the entrance of Santa Elena. The Twin Towns now boast the longest and widest bridge in Belize, immune to flooding from the occasional rise in water levels of the McCall River. A bypass road was also built linking the new bridge to Joseph Andrews Drive, which was rehabilitated, as well as 1 mile of pavement, a median, and 2 miles of sidewalks and drainage. This was all done to the tune of $34.8 million. But that's not all. The project was extended due to savings from the successful execution and implementation of the initial scope of works. Now over 2 miles of additional roadworks will commence, including George Price Avenue, Liberty Avenue, and the George Price Highway between Three Flags and Hawksworth Bridge. The Government of Belize, moving Belize forward.
These sunny days are here, and whether it's for a picnic or in your kitchen, you need the meat. Gillette's Meat Shop proudly offers a variety of juicy cuts such as processed meats, ham, bacon, salami, longanisa, and sugar cure ham, just to mention a few. Enjoy our meats in beef, pork, and mutton. So for that healthy cut your family enjoys, visit us at number 18 San Antonio Road in Orange Walk from Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 12 p.m. and 1:30 p.m. to 6 p.m. Saturdays, 7 a.m. to 12:30 and 3 to 5 p.m. Sundays, 8 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. Place your orders at 322-3486 or 322-2175 or even 610-4061. Send us an email at derekgillett31@gmail.com. Gillette's Meat Shop, fresh and processed meats.
Ay, qué rico.
Welcome back to the Sugar City Morning Show. It's now 23 minutes after 8 o'clock. Mr. Martinez, we have a little scuffle in the air when it comes to public transportation, talking about buses. We know that this bus that serves Belizeans to go to Cancun, Merida, most people goes to Cancun to do travel from Cancun to the US or other parts of the world. Most Merida is for medical attention. And we are talking about the Adio bus, Mexican Adio bus. And we have some buses from Guatemala that is coming into
Fuente del Norte.
Yeah, Fuente del Norte. That's for the Mendoza family. They are from right in the Zacapa area. And they have this Fuente del Norte from so long. They are from Morales. But we understand that the bus operators from Belize are having a little issue with these buses coming into Belize.
I don't understand why. They can't even take care of their own Belizean
commuters
for
I'm
try
sorry, I lost track.
for try fight for somebody else's business. Let's be real. How many bus routes come in? Adeo has 2 daily. One Chetumal, one Cancun, and one Merida.
I know something, pa. The time when the Adeo bus they run, and the time when no Belize bus they run, you know.
Thank you. 9 o'clock, 9:30, leaving Orange Walk.
Yeah.
I had they don't stop the Orange Walk anymore.
Oh, they not stop again?
I had it direct from Belize City all the way up to Bacalar, and after that to change buses and go all the way to...
And then don't they pick up no passenger
They're
by
not
the way?
picking up any passenger.
You know,
None at all.
And the time when that go to Mr. Martinez, it's convenient for persons that are traveling, you know, because we're not left for 9:30.
If you're sick, you can't travel pan the bus where they shake you up with the only seat bus, so where they drop off. They have to be ashamed of themselves
because if
providing
you catch a bus,
that kind of system.
If you catch a bus from Belize City, some of the bus then they got Chetumal pane, but they stop right at the border because they're not going to permit to go cross. Some still go cross. But imagine you catch a bus, are you sick like what you said, then you have to jump on a combi and go to the terminal of Chetumal and buy one ticket to go to Cancun. Now they add your bus carry all the way from...
At the end of the day, it's left up to the people if they want to take that choice. But at the end of the day, man, make that decision. If we want to pay the $70 to go straight from Adeo all the way to Merida, then let me pay it. They're not for you money. You barely got, in fact, I don't see how bus owners are claiming that they're not making any. Of course they're making money, or else you wouldn't see so many buses on the road. Am I not right?
That's right.
Huh? How many buses on the road? You see Morales, you see this one, and they're going packed, ram jam full.
Yeah, sardine.
And then they're complaining that are the other take with them business. You know, at the other take nobody business. You know how much we used to go to Merida? Sometimes 3. Sometimes me one they go to Merida. On many occasions, it was me and this young lady, Mary, I think, who has her son who was very sick with cancer. 2 of us. We used to travel quite often.
And the thing is, like, them buses where they run them, Mr. Martinez,
complain about
they know they run in at a time where they could take away passengers from the other buses because then they run late that night.
The Cancun one, it goes direct from Belize City to Cancun, to Bacalar.
Yeah, Bacalar, then from there you change to the next bus, right?
Right?
So then the time there, if you want to go to them places at night, you can't go on one bus from Belize. Because them Belize bus don't do them run there.
Besides, tell you what, when if you do go in, Christ, the bus smell horrible. Put in some quality buses just like Adeo, then we could talk. I'm Fuente del Norte. But don't put me in a then dirty bus. Sorry, that's how I like say it.
So the thing with
I like say it. If I want to go to Guatemala in style, put me in a Fuente del Norte. If I want to go to Cancun in style, put me in Adeo. And I want to be picked up here in Orange Walk, if possible.
How much it costs you that you're...
That is my problem. How you tell me about how they thief, what you call it, from you? You know you got the service, you know, got the buses for provide the service. The buses really, and then they want try charge me over amount. You think it benefits Adeo for stop the way name and call it the Belize Run? It's a convenience for people. You have bus routes coming out of France, Paris, to go to Belgium. You have from France going up to Italy. This is something going on worldwide.
Yeah, you know
all around the world. Why must we try to be so greedy? No, man.
You know what's convenient about the Adeo bus as well, Mr. Martinez? You could put one of your picnic or somebody who not go to Cancun yet on the bus if they catch one plane to go to the US, and that bus go straight to the airport, you know. Drop them at the airport.
Go to the airport.
Yeah, somebody saying here, remember Fuente del Norte is from Guatemala.
Yes, we know that. So, you know what's going to happen? If you insist that they all stop the border, you know what's going to happen? Then the Mexican authorities are going to stop the Belizean buses from going all the way to Bacalar and Cancun. And so they tell them, hey, you stop at the border too. So that's called reciprocity. So you and that are real, but how you have a change bus at the border and no bus today, but let the system grow. They're from Guatemala, so what? They're from Mexico, so what? At the end of the day, Belize has a reciprocity with all of these countries. They permit the buses to come in, and we are permitted to go into their country as well. We are permitted to go into their country as well. If we have our insurance and our license.
Yeah, this one, Mr. Martinez. This one said, on Saturday I went to, I don't know if the Coronel or a Corozal anymore, I say, on a blog bus. It was so full, and the female conductor, that should be a conductress. Yeah, and maybe that was wrong spelling, but on a bus. I think it's talking about a Belize bus, no? The conductress still, they stop for people and telling us to draw motor back. I asked her, what the hell? You want me to go pat up at the bus? The BBOC bus, you say?
Belize Bus Owners Corporation.
Say, sir, you tell them what? You want me to go pat up at the bus? Because the bus over full?
It's supposed to be a express run?
No, the bus are not express. But if the bus is, watch out, the bus then a license for capacity, you know, when it comes to commuters. If the bus then full, a lot of people is stand up. From people is stand up, that is wrong. Once you're full, you're full. The bus have capacity to run for a certain amount of people in the bus and seated. So when that amount of person is seated, they're not supposed to stop for nobody else. And if that your run, and you know they have more persons, well, ask to make you put one next bus on that run so you can pick up everybody.
That's right. That's right. But it's, what if they apply pressure to you then? And tell you once you're there at 60, 65, you can't pick up no more people. Well, no, sir. We have the right to go pick up as many as they want. But tell you what, that is not so. You have a right only to pick up until the bus is the bus seating is full. And that happens every day where you jam that bus with 80 people, 85 people, all in the excuse that everybody wants to go and get home. We can't left nobody on the roadside.
Put to our next bus and comply with the run. You have to comply with the run. You there on a run.
But at the same time, you're putting everybody's
life
at risk. Because, can you imagine 85 people, 25 more at 200 pounds each? That's 5,000 pounds. That's 2.5 tons. And the tip could go so.
Yeah. And it only takes one dog to run across the street and you can't brakes. Or what if somebody dip on the street and they run across with a bicycle, or one little kid they run across, or you get one blowout?
Honestly, I don't think that the buses or Fuente del Norte bus are causing any problem to Belizean bus owners. It's too small an amount.
I think they are saying...
One going to Cancun, I think I want going to Merida from Belize City at night.
The person said coming back was worse. It was raining hard, and we lock up in this bus to suffocate from Corozal to Trial Farm. The same bus. Must not got AC in the bus. So when I put up all the glasses, they because it rain, people sweat.
And scent.
My
God.
You know, so
something which you never go through whenever depending on other buses. But to the contrary, you walk in on other bus and they go like, "Good night," and they pull your blanket over you and they put your music or what you call it. Damn, I pay for that service. Don't take that service away from me. I have a right to be treated well.
He said Belizean does not support Belizean industry. Belize have good buses, but people don't want to pay the price from Orange Walk to Belize. The set price is $6.50, but people still want to pay $4 and $5. Their bus owners put those old bus. Oh, that's why the bus owners put them old bus on the road so they could
see through that.
They could charge cheaper and fuel consumption than the MCI bus. And this one say, Mr. Martinez, remember, Adio is Mexican and Fuente del Norte is Guatemalan. We are Belizean.
And don't tell you about that. Yes, you are Belizean. I mean, I'm a Belizean too. But I'll be damned if I'm going to Chetumal on Morales bus. And because we insist that Guatemalan buses can't cross our border, and then Mexican buses can't cross our border, and then when we get to the border, they say stop. Same way you do we, same way we do you know. So get out from the bus and see how you could get that the Merida, or see how you could get that Chetumal. Would you like that?
Pay one taxi for you.
Would you like that? It's called reciprocity. In this world, we go through reciprocal agreements, and this happens all around. If the USA wants to land a flight from Charlotte to Belize City, then it applies for the route. And if a Belizean airline would want to apply for the same Belize as Charlotte, then they have to give them reciprocal rights. So you do that, and then you could do the same thing. Reciprocity, that's the name of the game. If Fiesta del Buey, the damn place there, Fuente del Norte wants to come to Belize City from Guatemala, and so that you don't have to be alighting from the bus, you don't have to be worrying about changing buses, etc., etc. One smooth ride at a certain price. Why not? Why not? Why you must have to change buses to Belizean buses, and just for the sake of A? Because this happens all around the world, you know. You can catch a bus from Paris to carry the Munich, Germany, and the same bus takes you all the way in from one to the other. You don't have a cross getting to no separate bus because you get to Germany. No, sir. The same bus is called reciprocity. I give you this, and you have a right to do the same thing into my country. So we stop them from coming into Belize. They stop us from going into Mexico. Very simple. Very, very simple. And we don't want that.
Text Mr. Martinez. He said, and when it comes to the bus getting over full, it's not the bus owners that do it. It's the conductor and the driver, so they can make money if you put in their pocket. Stop the laugh at the people, boy.
That's true.
And this next one says, Mr. Martinez, Belize needs to grow. Belize needs to go forward. Then he said, but Morales have one or two nice buses too. And the BBOC charge $6 sometime, $7 from Orange Walk to Belize. Talking about the bus, the Express, and that's still that I see one same old bus. Sometimes they got some bus for selling the Express, but they still stop on the road. Express is from one point to the next, you know.
I know that, and I can understand if not necessarily, because I would take an Express from Canal Side in Belize City up to Orange Walk. That doesn't mean that it won't stop in
Sand Hill.
No, it won't stop in between mile 2, mile 3, mile 4, mile 5, all the way up to Ladyville. But Ladyville is its last stop.
Okay, so once
once that bus picks up all the people who normally go on that run, that's it. It's as if it were a charter. They have arranged with certain people, pick me up at a certain spot, mile 4, because that's where my construction work is, mile Ladyville, but the last stop is Ladyville. After Ladyville, it's okay if you live there, Biscayne, they don't stop.
So no get pana bus?
No get pana bus. That bus goes direct, then non-stop from Ladyville all the way to Carmelita. Okay?
Yep.
Maybe it might stop by Rayburn Ridge.
Maybe.
But all those people in that bus are all commuters, and none of them live in that area. So, hey, there's no need to stop.
Yeah, well, talking about that, Mr. Martinez, I believe a meeting is scheduled for sometime today or tomorrow with the Bus Owners Association and the Ministry of Transport. I'm not sure if tourism will be in that as well, because when it comes to transportation, tourism has a lot to do with it, about having people traveling in and out of our country as well, no? So we'll just have to wait for here and see what that meeting will be about. But we got some more texts, but we need to take a break. It's 20 minutes away from 9.
Let's take that break and we'll be right back.
The first 2 phases of the Hummingbird Highway Rehabilitation Project from the Belmopan Roundabout Junction to Saboon Bridge and Alta Vista Bridge to Dangriga Town has already made a remarkable difference for commuters and residents alike. These first 2 phases are a $16.5 million investment by the government of Belize. Under this project, the highway is being rehabilitated through improvement of the road pavement to create a safer environment for the public. Improvements, especially in the areas that pose a high risk to motorists, include the introduction of paved road shoulders, high visibility line markings, reflective road studs, bus laybys, and other features that will bring the entire road segment in line with internationally recognized standards. Additionally, the replacement of the existing single-lane bridges will reduce road user risks. These improvements will increase economic, tourism, and agricultural opportunities, further encouraging the social development of Belize, particularly in the south. The government of Belize, moving Belize forward.
DJ customers, imagine you and 5 of your friends partying at the highest level, platinum style, at the biggest weekend in Belize. We're talking about tickets to the Belize September Festival Weekend Street Fest featuring Nessa Preppy and Mato and Wyrush and Friends on September the 9th, featuring the long-awaited Sizzla Kalonji.
Thank you, Mama, for the 9 months you carried me through. There's so much going on in the world. Simplicity we used to survive.
Vanessa Bling, Jackal. All you gotta do is text PARTY to 3444 and win this mega package, which includes 6 platinum tickets, 1 private booth, 1 bottled drink of your choice, personal waitress, photographer with visits from the artist. Only $1 per text, so the more you text, the more chances to win this mega package. Promo ends on Wednesday, September the 4th, so remember to text PARTY to 3444 and win!
Near all day of my life.
It's back to school time once again, and the only store to visit for all your back to school needs is A&R Store on Baker Street here in Orange Walk Town. Visit them for the absolute largest assortment of school bags in the country with brands like JanSport, Skechers, Everest, Capsule, and character bags like Mickey and Minnie Mouse, Jojo, Siwa, Unicorn, and so much more. Remember, A&R Store is your one-stop source for all your school supplies like exercise books, folders, sheets, dry eraser boards, foam boards, crayon and coloring books, plus so much more. Plus, they have a wide assortment of housewares including bed sheets, cookware, and garbage containers in all sizes and at the best prices in town. Visit A&R on Baker Street today, now with extended hours to better serve you from 8 a.m. through to 6 p.m., Monday to Saturday. A&R Stores, where prices do make all the difference.
Need an escape from your daily schedule? Why not become a tourist in your own country? Discover Western Belize. Transport back in time and be awed by the reminiscences of the Mayan civilization. Be adventurous or spend a day with family and friends enjoying the serenity of the Macau River. Sample a Kaya staple or pick up some fresh produce to make your own delicacy. Come visit us in Western Belize. Belize, where you can discover how to be a Belizean traveler.
World-class spaces for Belizean athletes to thrive and fans to enjoy. Our new basketball and multipurpose arenas have proven their worth, attracting regional and international sporting events and hosting expos, conferences, and proud graduates. Your government moving Belize forward.
Welcome back to the Sugar City Morning Show. It's exactly 14 minutes before 9 o'clock. Bienvenidos de vuelta al Sugar City Morning Show. Un tema bastante, ¿qué es la palabra? Bastante discutido, porque hemos estado recibiendo muchísimos mensajes que quizás no podemos leer todos, pero sí tienes algunos. You do have some.
Yeah, well, all the people, most of the is almost the same thing that persons are saying, but some persons are always saying that we need nice bus for riding, man. We need nice bus, and they are sticking to this one that remember that it's a Guatemala bus, you know, and this one say, yeah, I can see what this one is saying here, This is for today. This is a big one. He say, and when it comes to bus getting overfull, it's not the bus owners. And then this one say, and coming to buses from Guatemala, coming to Belize, it's okay. But why does the Belizean buses can only reach Benque and can't even go over to Melchor to drop people? But yet the Guatemalan bus comes over Belize approximately 70 miles into our country.
That's an excellent point, because I did not know that. I did not know that Belizean buses can't go into Guatemala. And if that is the case, if they don't permit us there, then there's ample reason, like I said, based on reciprocity, based on the idea of being reciprocal. Tú me haces esto, yo te hago lo mismo. Tú me haces algo bueno, yo te doy algo bueno. Tú me jodes, yo también te jodo. Así es la ley de la vida. Si tú me permites que mi autobús llegue hasta la ciudad de Belice, 70 millas dentro, yo permito que tú entres 70 millas dentro hasta Tikal.
Yeah,
Bien.
you have to got some kind of protocol in
Bien,
place.
perfecto. Pero no piensas de que lo ancho para ti y lo angosto para mí. Que tú puedes cancelar esto. Así que es algo que, si es que me estás diciendo la verdad, está injusto. Yo lo veo así, es injusto. Pero, ¿será que es así porque nadie ha aplicado para poder llevar a los pasajeros hasta adentro en una forma, digamos, formalizada, ya aplicada con ruta de autobús, etcétera, 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 ya formalizada más bien? Porque al final del día, si es que no lo tengo formalizado, solo pienso que, hey, acá en mi platicar, no puedes hacerlo, tiene que ser por permiso, ¿ya me entiendes?
That's right, yeah. You see what Mr. Martinez right there at Guatemala, right there at Melchor. If you want to go to Petén, you have to pay one sticker. You pay a sticker, and the sticker is good for 90 days. And when you pay that, I think it's about $75. You come up to when you do the calculation, and that can take you anywhere in Guatemala. I don't know if the buses, they have a different way that they need to apply, or Ministry of Transport on both sides needs to sit down and work out that situation.
That's exactly how it happens.
Let's see what the buses from Guatemala are paying to come into Belize, because there must be a fee. And let's see if we can match that up for the buses from Belize to go into Guatemala as well, and how far will it be permitted? Is it for the entire country, or it's just for Melchor, or maybe just for Petén? But then ministries need to work that out together, both governments.
Let's see what the last night news has to say about this. The source of the dispute is that about a month ago, the government agreed that it would limit Guatemalan and Mexican bus operators. The two sides agreed in principle that they would require these operators to hand off their passengers at the borders to local bus operators and taxi cooperatives, who would take over and transport these passengers around the country. Everything seems to be going as planned until last Thursday, when the government announced that it was postponing that decision. It sent out a press release saying, quote, "A final decision on matters regarding buses from Guatemala and Mexico transiting Belize has been delayed pending a meeting with relevant stakeholders in the tourism industry who will be affected by that decision. The meeting, previously planned for yesterday, has been rescheduled for next Tuesday, September 3rd, that is today. As we told, the local bus operators and taxi associations are interpreting this change as a delaying tactic only to frustrate them. We understand that the local operators met this weekend, and a new allegation has emerged. They say that they've noticed that some of the foreign-owned companies have the Belizean green license plates. Wow. They suspect that a plan is in motion to provide these operators with local license plates so that they can operate while in Belize. The local operators believe that when those foreign-owned buses arrive at the border, they can switch to the appropriate license plate so as not to draw attention.
What?
We understand that they intend to table a proposal to government at a meeting tomorrow in which they want to be allowed to have a say in who gets these plates. They want to ensure that none of these foreign-owned buses have successfully infiltrated the local transportation system. If the meeting is not favorable, we're told that there is a plan to initiate a national shutdown of the bus system in protest. That meeting is scheduled for this morning, and we'll be there to show you how it goes. Well, this is yesterday's news, so quickly I'm just going to tell you that things are getting tiring, but at the end of the day, people need. I like the options. I like the ability to be able to choose. To choose and say, tell you what, I'm going to pay this one, and I'm going to pay that one. And if there's only one bus, well then I'm forced to use that one. But if I have a choice, I will pick the best one for me.
Yeah, this next
That's the way I go.
This is supposed to be almost the final text of this one. It said Guatemalans claim that they don't have a bus stop in Melchor, and they also say it's because of the buses hold too much space, and it's also to have more control on the border for people going into Guatemala. If you go into Guatemala, no problem, because when you go there, just stamp your passport and go across. Easy. But I just believe that the government should have give option on both sides, have a meeting on both sides and say, okay, if we could get permit for these bus operators to go over to Guatemala, can we reach to an agreement? Right? But then they are targeting the ADO buses as well, and then Belize buses can go across to Mexico. They are not stopping the Belize buses to go across to Mexico. You just have to be up to standards and pay your insurance.
I'm going to tell you what, I am.
Let's see what will come out of the meeting today, Mr. Martinez.
No, let's see what, because at the end of the day, there we are suppose and compose and Like, so we suppose I'm going to say Mr. Joe Gay Big Nose or something like that.
And then what if the Ministry of Transport come and say, okay, the Frontier del Norte buses cannot come in. Do you have the adequate buses with all the facilities to the transfer of passengers into your buses? We need to look into all that, right? And you know, in tourism in this country, and I believe in other countries, that all persons that operates a motor vehicle and conductor or conductress on that vehicle needs to be a licensed tour guide as well.
That's right.
So all of that needs to put in place.
Absolutely, absolutely. I agree with you 100%. I agree with you 100%. But little sticky situations, like I said, normally travel between countries is governed by a principle called reciprocity. So I can make you go all the way to Guatemala City, or I can make you go all the way to Merida, but you have to permit me to do the same into your country. As it is right now, when it comes to big loads, if you import 50 tons of cement or steel, that cargo is permitted to cross the border without having to be without having to change trucks. In other words, you don't have to offload that heavy cargo from one to the other, very simply because of one reason, that they're respecting the fact that it's a heavy load and that it's going to cost you a lot just to move it from one vehicle and put it in another. Easily maybe $300, $400.
And you still have to offload it when it reaches.
Thank you. So, what does the Customs Department say? All right, yes, that's good, but you have to pay axle fees. What is axle fees? Axle fees means that you have to pay so much, depending on the weight of the truck, for that foreign vehicle to use the roads.
Yeah.
So if it's a one axle, a VM that you need, then good, you pay for one axle. I think it's $125. If it's a double axle, then you have to pay the commensurate figure. But let me tell you something. When it comes to the most of the stuff that comes in that is not heavy load, then you must alight. You must remove it from the truck.
Transfer
it and put it into a Belizean vehicle and brought in.
Yeah.
You
That's
understand
the
it?
one I did with the pedimento as well.
And then when you do with the pedimento, you cross as a Belizean vehicle. Yeah. All right? Not as a Mexican, but as a vehicle. What did I say? Yes. You move and I'll change as a Belizean vehicle. I'm sorry. The only case when you don't have to do that is when your cargo is too heavy. And they respect and said, boss, I'll bring in 60 tons of steel. When it's expected that you don't remove 60 tons of steel.
You get a permit.
You get a permit, and you only pay your axle fees. And after that, the trailer goes all the way into Belize City, offloaded, and brought back to Orange Walk, to the border.
Yeah, axle fees and the import duty.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly. All right, exactly so. But when it comes to stuff that is not heavy and you have to transfer it, you very simply have to transfer it. That's what Belize insists. Belize insists that you do that. You have to transfer the bus, the vehicle coming in from Mexico into a Belizean-owned truck. Or a Mexican truck can't just bring it here from Mexico. Cannot, unless it's a heavy commodity. Items like steel, cement, etc., you don't have to remove it from the bus, from the truck.
Yeah, Paul, on that note, Mr. Martinez, it has been interesting this morning. We'd like to thank everybody who sent texts. We had a lot of texts this morning.
Oh, yes.
You know, and it's good that you express what you feel and what you think. But let's wait and see what will come out of the meeting today. But we need to understand that protocols has to be set in place. It's not only to go into the meeting and say, well, you know what? Well, from today, the Guatemala bus not coming in anymore and the Mexican bus not coming in anymore. So you guys pick them up tomorrow at the border, and everything has to be set in place. No? But on that note, we'd like to thank you all who tune in. This show repeats at 9 o'clock tonight. Remember, we got the news coming up today right here on North Television Channel 10, 6:30. We invite you to stay tuned, and for all the other great programs that we bring to you throughout the day. If the good Lord so will, we should be having persons from the blood bank, from the Northern Regional Hospital, to talk to us about how it is when you're donating blood, who can donate, and the different types of blood.
And yesterday I spoke to my good friend sister Reynolds, and she promised to call me back in regards to the chief pharmacist of Belize, who is now from Orange Walk, Dr. Crystal.
Right.
So she has a PhD in pharmacology. Is the only Belizean. She's from Orange Walk.
Proud.
Proud Orange, okay. I'm proud of you, darling.
Proud of my culture.
Proud of you, Crystal. And I'm proud of your mother, too, because she has done wonders to be able to make ends meet. Believe me, she has.
So once again, folks, thanks for tuning in. And if the good Lord so will, Mr. Martinez and myself will be back with you right here tomorrow.
Absolutely. Compañeros, se cuidan. Tengan un feliz día. Nos vemos primero Dios mañana a la misma hora.